Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel and thank you for stopping by again today for another wonderful tutorial. So today's tutorial is going to be on how to make this beautiful cow neck top. It's a requested video from one of my subscribers. So without further ado, we're going to get into the tutorial. First off, you're going to need your basic bodice pattern in order to make this blouse. So I have a tutorial on how to draft a basic bodice pattern on my channel, and I'll put the link in the description box below. And so this is the back pattern. It doesn't have any dots. You don't need a dot for this blouse. Okay, so the length of the blouse is 24 inches, and I added 1 inch for the seam allowance. Okay, so we're going to cut out the back first before making the adjustments to cut out the front. Now I'm using satin fabric. It's advisable to use flowy fabric for this blouse, because the more flowy the fabric is, the better the cowl will fall. All right, so first I'm going to fold my fabric into two, and I'll place the back pattern on a fold so there will be no zipper for the back. All right, so I'm just going to go right ahead and cut it out. Okay, once I cut it out, and this is what it looks like. Again, it doesn't have any zipper on the back because it's a very free top. Okay, so this is what it looks like once you cut it out. Now I'm going to put this aside, and we'll make some adjustment to the front piece before cutting it out. So now come on the bust point area. I am going to go down by 1 inch, but you can also go up by 1 inch depending on how deep or open you want your cowl to be. So what I did is I went down by 1 inch on the bust point. Then I'm going to take my ruler and draw that mark to the end of the armhole area on the chest line, like so. And once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and slash that line open, but I didn't cut through the line. I'm going to leave a little bit so that I'll be able to open up the pattern and spread it. So I'm going to place the pattern on folded fabric so that I can spread it out, before I can cut it out. So like I said, I am using a satin fabric, so I'm going to hold it down so that it doesn't shift. So I will place the pattern on the folded edge, like so. So make sure you place it on the folded edge like I'm showing you here on the video. So once you place it, you go ahead and hold it down with a pen. And then after that, I am going to go ahead and spread the place we cut open earlier. So the more you spread it out, the more you will have the cowl fall on the front. So for me, I am using about 10 inches. So you can decide how many inches you want to spread yours, okay? So like I said, the more you spread it, the more the cowl will fall to the front. Okay, so once you get in the desired opening that you want, go ahead and hold it down, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. But before cutting it out, from the end of the neckline, I'm just going to make a straight line all the way to the folded edge, like so. Okay, so just make a straight line from the end of the neckline. Okay, and then I am going to go ahead and cut out the front piece. Okay, if you have watched us so far, please do subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, okay, so you can get notification when I upload new videos. All right, so once you finish cutting it out, and then I'm going to take out the pattern and show you what it looks like. Okay, now before removing your pattern, make a notch at the end of the shoulders, because so you'll be able to know where to join it to the back piece. Okay, so I made a notch from the beginning of where my shoulder starts. That way it will be easy to join it to the back. All right, so once you cut it out, this is what it looks like. And once we join it to the back piece, the cowl will fall better. Like I told you guys earlier, so the more you open it, this top up, the more the cowl will fall. All right, so this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to cut out the facing. So I got another fabric, open it up like so. So I am going to cut out the facing. So you open up your leftover fabric. It doesn't have to be on a fold. So place it like I'm showing you right here on the video. So make sure that the fabric you have reaches the end of the armhole area, because that's where our facing will stop. Okay, so now I'm going to just pin it down, and after pinning it down, then I will cut it out. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out, and that will be our facing. Okay, so once you cut it out, make a notch as well on the facing. Make a notch at the shoulder area so that you wouldn't be confused. All right, so this is what it looks like once we join it and turn it over. That's what it will look like inside. All right, so now the next thing will be to join the fabrics together. I will pin together the front and the back, and then I will show you how to join them. Okay guys, now before I join the front piece and the back piece together, I will first of all join the lining to the front piece. So I opened up my front piece like so, with right side facing each other. Now I'm going to match the notch on the shoulder with the notch on the lining that I made when we were cutting this out. So that's where you're going to start sewing to join the lining to the neckline of the front piece. So just watch closely what I'm doing. Okay, so you pin your lining with the notches matching, and then you sew like so to the other notch. Then after that, we're going to turn it over. Then the lining will be inside. Now for the back piece, I just cut out a piece of bias fabric. I'm going to use it to finish up the neck area. Okay, so I'm just gonna fold the bias in, and then I'll make a top stitch on that. Then after that, I'll join them together. Okay, so now this is the front piece with the lining after I am done sewing it together, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so now I am going to turn it over. This is the front piece and the lining is inside. And I've also finished the neckline of the back piece. So now I am going to join them together with the right sides facing each other. I'm going to open up the lining like so. So watch closely here, guys. So I open up the lining like so, and then I will join the shoulder of the back to the front shoulder like I'm showing you here. So once you match the shoulder of the front and the back together, then grab the shoulder area of the lining, and then you pin all three together, as you can see. Okay, so this is very important. You have to make sure that you grab all three together and pin it, so that when you turn it over, it will have a neat finish. All right, so I'm going to do the same on the other side. I will grab the shoulder of the back piece and I place it on the front piece, and then I will use the lining piece and place it on top to cover it up. Then I will pin it down. Then I will go to my sewing machine and sew all 3 pieces together. And make sure you pin it very well. So once you take it to your sewing machine and sew it, and if you turn it over, this is what it will look like once you're finished. As you can see, the shoulder area is neatly finished and our cowl neck is coming out nicely. Okay. All right, so once I finish with that, I am going to add my sleeve. All right, so for the sleeve, I'm using a basic sleeve, but this sleeve is going to have an elastic on the wrist. So what I did is I got my basic sleeve, and I also have a tutorial on how to draft a basic sleeve. So I got my basic sleeve. I placed it on my fabric like so. So I'm just going to pin it down. I'm going to make like a little bit of an adjustment to this sleeve before cutting it out. So I'm going to go up by 1 inch from the center, and then on both sides I'm going to go up by 1/2 inch each, and then I'll connect it because I want this sleeve to be very wide. So you can decide how wide you want yours to be. You can go up by 1 inch or 1.5 inch. All right, and then I'm going to decide how I want the weight of the sleeve to be. So it's totally up to you. The more width you add, the more fuller it will be, because I'm going to add an elastic on the wrist area. Okay, so once I do that, I went ahead and connected it with my ruler. So this is a very easy bishop sleeve. This is a way to make a bishop sleeve if you prefer. And after that, I'm going to cut it out, and I will cut 2 pieces, one for each of the sleeve. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it out now. Okay, so this is what the sleeve looks like, and as you can see, it's much bigger than the one I started with. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of that. So after I did that, I went ahead and attached the sleeve, and I'm going to show you how to attach the sleeve. I already attached one side, and I will also show you now how to do the other side. So what I basically did was I folded the sleeve into 2, and I made a notch on the midpoint like so. So I'm going to place that where I made that notch on the midpoint to match the seam on the shoulder area. So you're going to place it to match the seam. Make sure the right sides are facing each other. Then after that, I will pin it all around, and I will take the sleeve to my sewing machine and sew it. So you can see, so I'm going to sew it first on the shoulder area. Once I finish pinning it all around, then I will close up the sleeve and also close up the side seam using 1 inch allowance. Then I will go all the way to the armpit area and go all the way down. Then after that, I measured my sleeve. I used an elastic. I measured how I want it on my wrist, and then after that I attached the elastic to the wrist area, and that's basically it. And this is what the blouse looks like after I'm done sewing it. This is a very easy and beginner friendly project to do, and I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, please give a thumbs up, share my video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll put it on the mannequin for you guys to see now. So this is what it looks like on the mannequin. I so much love this blue, guys. So I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.